The 2022 Spanish Grand Prix lived up to the standards set by the Spanish Grand Prix of the last year. There were many ups and downs, proving to be very consequential for the teams as they move ahead in the competition. The team Red Bull secured the top two positions, taking the lead in the championship, with Max Verstappen on the top and Sergio Perez on the second spot. The Team Mercedes George Russel secured the third position. In this video, we are going to look at the best moments of the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix. At the start of the race, Max Verstappen was behind Charles Leclerc, who started in the pole position. He was trying his best to take the spot from Charles Leclerc, but was not having any success. Similar to what happened with Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen spun into the gravel around turn 4 on lap 9. It was more because of his laziness, which cost him his second position, and he dropped a few places down to number 4. Also, he was having intermittent problems with his DRS, and he angered his frustration about the issue over the radio with his team.
DRS did not open. Yes!
In the post-race interview, he said that he was clearly upset about the DRS, and it was very frustrating. Early in the race, it was looking difficult for him to break into the top spot. Luckily for him, Charles Leclerc's Ferrari broke down.
No! What happened? Lost power.
From then on, Max Verstappen took the lead and ended up winning the race, with his teammate Sergio Perez in the second spot, taking his team Red Bull in the front of the constructors' standings with 195 points. The Spanish Grand Prix proved to be marvellous for the team Red Bull, as they ended up scoring maximum points by securing the top two positions. Sergio Perez looked brilliant throughout the race, and he backed his teammate Max Verstappen amazingly well. He allowed his team member Max Verstappen to take the lead and bag the fastest lap in the race. If his team were to allow him, he might have easily won the race. However, winning for the team is what matters at the end of the day, and that's what he did, and that with some class. Charles Leclerc, the previous championship leader, started off well. The race was going brilliant for him. He started in the pole position and looked as if he was easily going to break into the top spots. He gave Max Verstappen a difficult time during the first lap and did not allow him to get ahead. Unfortunately for Charles, his car broke down on lap 28 and he was forced to retire due to the power unit issue. He now stands in the second position in the championship with 104 points, with Max Verstappen ahead of him with 110. For the first time this year, he now trails Verstappen by 6 points. Overall, the 2022 Grand Prix proved to be disastrous for Team Ferrari. They had a great start and could have cemented their position at the top of the table, but failed to make the most of the opportunity. The Team Mercedes was the most talked about team leading into the Spanish Grand Prix. All eyes were set on them to see how they would solve the porpoising issue. They finally seemed to have overcome the porpoising issue and secured the third and the fifth spot. George Russel had an amazing time on the Catalunya circuit, and he ended up in the third position. He stole the show with his performance and was the only one who did not appear to have lost control at any point in the game. His battle with Max Verstappen on lap 24 was great to watch. He kept it clean and did not allow Max Verstappen to get ahead of him, even when Max's DRS was finally working. The back and forth between him and Max was a great moment in the game.
So Verstappen tries to fight him back!
The Mercedes car was a completely different beast altogether from its last outing. However, there were some overheating issues with the car which need to be fixed. Lewis Hamilton experienced an overheating issue and he almost retired from the race. He hit his car in the first round but recovered well to secure the fifth spot for his team. Mercedes would be happy with how the Spanish Grand Prix turned out for their team. Carlos Sainz started off well up until everything went sideways. His car spun into the gravel on lap 7, because of which he lost his place and tumbled down from the 6th spot. He was expected to step up after his teammate Charles Leclerc had to retire due to an unfortunate event. That, however, did not happen. He was not at his best and was lucky to secure the 4th spot because of Lewis Hamilton's car's overheating issues. Carlos Sainz, no doubt, is a talented driver, but he is a bit scrappy at moments, which ends up costing him, and a lot of crucial points. Valtteri Bottas was looking good as he spent most of the race on the 4th spot. His performance with the car was praiseworthy. However, his team's strategy was not so. He was very frustrated with the 2-stop strategy that left him only 6th at the end, because of which he ended up in the 6th spot. Nonetheless, Valtteri showed heart and proved that he had the potential to compete with these big teams from the available resources. Despite being far from 100% in the hot weather, Lando Norris managed to do 66 laps, collected points for his team, and finished in the 8th position. It was a remarkable drive, and he also beat his teammate who started ahead of him. Nonetheless, Team McLaren failed to do anything special, given the sizable upgrade package they had introduced for the race. It would be fair to say that the 3 teams, Red Bull, Mercedes and Ferrari, are now in the mix to win the championship. Red Bull had the best possible outcome for them, and now they would make sure to continue their momentum going into the next race. There is a lot of room for improvement for them too. The problem with the DRS needs fixing very soon. They tried to fix the problem by changing the specific components, but it didn't work. So the design team would now have to sit and think about a solution to fix the DRS. Mercedes should also be happy with their performance. They finally seem to have fixed their porpoising problem, and George Russell especially looked incredible with the car. Lewis Hamilton did face some overheating issues with the car, and hopefully the team would be able to solve the problem before the next race. Ferrari had a terrible weekend, with one of their drivers retiring due to power unit issues, and the other one not being able to perform up to the team's expectations. Carlos Sainz is not providing the backup for Charles Leclerc the way other team members are for theirs. It is a constant worry for Ferrari, which, if not solved, may end up costing them a lot. We will find answers to these questions in the upcoming 2022 Monaco Grand Prix on the 29th of May. The 2022 Spanish Grand Prix is finally in the record books, and it was an interesting race to watch. Now all the teams are back and could take advantage of the opportunities. If you want to keep up to date with the latest news of Formula One, do subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you are notified when we upload a new video. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.